again. And I'm still doing a whole lot of nothing. I'm super angry right now. But I go through these kind of mood swings a lot during the day, you know. And it's funny because I'm actually sitting outside of my therapist's office here, and you know, my med provider, she's trying to treat me for a mental illness, you know, a disease that she can't treat me for because there is no treatment for domestic violence. There's some treatment for PTSD, but the ongoing issues, there's no treatment for. So I'd rather have brain cancer than feminist cancer at this point. Because all the mentors that I had that taught me social justice and all that, they all had their own idea of it, you know, how it applied to Native Americans, or how it applied to good women, or how it applied to black women, or, you know, lesbian women, or all these other things. But there was not any room for my form of feminism, which was, I don't want to be raped, I don't want you to get raped, and I don't want us to continue this rapey fucking culture that we live in, you know? And it was my job to break the cycle, you know? It's my mother told me that since I can remember, you know, that it was my job to break the cycle, and I thought that I had. You know, because he only really beat me one real good time. I mean, never mind all the other fucking times he hit me or put his hands on me or raped me or anything, but he beat me one really good time. But if you do it right, that's all you have to do. And especially with the amount of devotion that I had to this man, and the amount of love that I had for this man. Just the thought of going back to that place held me for so long. And when it couldn't hold me anymore, then that's when, you know, he would employ other ways to abuse. And, you know, and some people call this stuff learned helplessness. And, you know, that's one way to say it. We learned it. Yeah, I learned how to be helpless. I learned how to do this. When in reality, I was trained how to do this. It's not learned helplessness, it's engineered helplessness. And there's no treatment for that other than make your own choices. You know, that's what we were taught in Advocacy 101. You let people make their own choices because they've had their choices made for them for so long. Well, even no matter what I do, it's not the right choice. I've lost every person that I had in my life. Every person that was in my support system. People that I had picked up off of barroom floors in a puddle of their own tears and hysteria turn their back on me now and say, you know, I'm afraid for my safety around you. Because, you know, I'm really fucking violent, right? People that I would answer the phone for when the cops would call for them, you know, when the cops had them in their custody, and they would call and ask, you know, is this person suicidal? Is this person crazy? You know, what's this person's name? And I'd say all the right fucking answers, you know, because that's what a brother does. But those ones tell me to save my drama, take it somewhere else. And I'm angry that I have to do this all on my own. the only company I have to deal with this with is my therapist. And I'm schooling this guy on DV, unfortunately. Bless his heart. And that's it, actually. There's no one else that really supports any of this. Even my med provider literally told me that in my oath it says that to do no harm. It doesn't say anywhere that I have to help. The shelter that I used to work at, it would take me a minute, but I could count how many women I had to help that were also child molesters, that were registered sex offenders, that my mentors knew were sex offenders that molested their own children. And, I had to help these women at the shelter, And then I had to go to my boss and get debriefed. Like, how do I reconcile this? How do I help this woman, that I felt this way about, and then learning this, now I feel this way about. How do I keep doing this job? And she would tell me, oh, everybody has their different full line. And I didn't understand that. But they'll help women that are child molesters, but they won't help women that have stood up for themselves and defended themselves. Mother of tribal children, even, who did everything in her power not to end up going down that same fucking road. And I would never leave my kids with anybody because that, But they won't help me now. I can't go to where, I used to work. The tribal shelter, even though I'm a tribal parent, because I'm a perpetrator now. The deferred that I had is, the deferred that I had for the malicious mischief for knocking the phone off the wall in Shelton. I've never been in any trouble in my life. Not real trouble. And all I had to do was stay cool for a year. But Brian and Victoria got to kick my ass right in front of my kids. And now I'm guilty of that. Or guilty of the deferred now. With no, I don't even get to say, hey, man, I didn't even do this shit. These people kicked my ass. And even if I get found not guilty, which I freaking highly doubt, that's still on my record. I can't even get a job. I can't even get a job with one of the delivery places, because of the malicious mischief. I can't even imagine what it's going to be like trying to get a job with 2 counts of domestic violence and a felony on an officer. And it wouldn't be so bad if I'd actually got a fucking hit in, It wouldn't be so bad if I actually got to spit in that fucking officer's face, Not to mention there's still one sitting down in Mason County, sitting on their prosecutor's desk. 2 more years, I get to decide to charge that. So I'm just fucking angry. I'm angry because this isn't fair. And more than just being not fair, it's inhumane, It's inhumane that when you devote your whole life to a family, And the guy gets mad because he can't take care of his own shit and decides that, you should just live on the street for a while and maybe you'll be a good girl. And now the time on the street wasn't really that rough. I mean, yeah, I did get choked out by some fucking crazy dude and woke up next to schizophrenic tweakers and, whatever. But those are my people, But I didn't ask for any of this. The only thing I asked for was to, hey, help me break this cycle, right? Since we're married and we have kids, let's break this cycle. Let's break your family cycle of violence. Let's break mine, And I think he just got so jealous that I was doing such a better job of it than he was, I haven't seen my babies in 4 months. My oldest daughter won't talk to me. My stepson won't talk to me. I haven't even met our other grandson. I'm a grandma. Step grandma, but a grandma. I got to see that baby one time. After I got out of the hospital. With a black eye. And I thought I was saving us all, I thought I was breaking the cycle for all of us so that we didn't have to do this anymore. But I'll probably be in jail next week. And with all the stories I've heard about jail, I'm probably going to get my ass handed to me a few fucking times. And I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to get in touch with that inner badass that got me to pull up my pants in the first place. That one. And like I said in my other video, like pulling up your pants is pretty fucking scary. Trust me, I know. But it's allowed to be scary. And you're allowed to be mad when life isn't fair. And when life is downright cruel. So, I'd like to make sure to tell a few people to fuck right off. My mom, number 1. Brian, number 2. Tabitha, number 3. Seth, number 4. Jennifer Caldwell, number 5. And the rest of you vestige motherfuckers that wanted to help, They wanted to help, but when I said, hey, this is what's happening to me, all you could say was, you don't let him do that to you. How do you not let him do that to you? When he's the one in charge. And the only way you're allowed to exist is to keep letting him be in charge. Because as soon as you stand up, the game is over. And now it's a game. Now it's a battle, So fuck every one of you. Fuck every one of you that took everything that I had to give and then turned your back on me when I needed you most. When I needed one person. One fucking person. One member of my family. Someone to stand next to me. To stand up with me. I was strong enough to do it on my own, and I'm obviously strong enough to do it on my own because here I am. But fuck you. Fuck you for not standing with me. And I really hope that it hurts not being able to pull up your fucking pants.